Hey, it's Sebastian from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and tonight I'm joined by...
My name is Rick. I'm from Reeking Aura. Play guitar.
And I'm Big Will, the vocalist of Reeking Aura.
Can you tell me a little bit about Reeking Aura and where do you draw your inspirations and ideas from?
Okay, well, Reeking Aura is comprised of 6 members who all have kind of like a long history here in the New York and New Jersey underground metal scene. Members are Unearthly Trance, Gray Skies Fallen, Afterbirth, Thetis, Blame God, and the list goes on and on and on. And this is kind of like our pet old school death, doom, raw, grimy project that we kind of summed up over the last few years. It's been a big dream of ours to all collaborate together, and here we are. I'd say 3 or 4 years down the line after we first started writing material with our second release, which is our first full-length album, Blood and Bone Meal. So that's kind of like the long and short of it. It's a old school death doom band, and we're very interested in plants and agriculture on this album. So that's about it.
Okay, so Reeking Aura is a really cool name. What other names did you think of?
Oh man. Yeah, the quick version of the story that's going around is we started with a different name, and it was Crimson Dusk, extremely dark and evil name that we had, and it was going to be Swedish death metal that we were going to play at the time. So that was our little thing there. And then one day we were getting ready. We got the band together finally after a few years of talking about it. And one day somebody had mentioned, or I don't know, maybe somebody, there was a death metal episode of South Park, and the band on South Park was called Crimson Dawn, which was very close to the name we were going to use. So we were like, you know what, I don't know how long do things last in people's minds anymore. You know, they say 24-hour news cycle. So people might have forgotten about it after a couple days or whatever, but we just said, let's change the name before we even get started. So we did that. And then there was a list. Ryan actually sent me the list of names that we had chose. Like we're narrowing down these names, and they were pretty bad, man. They were all pretty bad. Yeah. So we settled on Reeking Aura.
It grabs your attention, dude. It grabs your attention, does the job, you know?
Right, exactly.
I got to say, since we're talking to somebody from over there in the UK, I always, the word Reeking, I always think of in my head anyway as an homage to Carcass, who are like a supreme influence, I think, on all of us.
They're amazing, Carcass. Yeah, I saw them in Fengarola before all the madness in 2019.
I got to see them in 2013 at St. Vitus Bar of about 200 people. I was right up front for that. That's awesome. And of course, I saw them in 1994 at Lemoore when they were on the Heartwork tour. So that was awesome as well.
Amazing, man.
Yeah,
okay,
old.
So Blood and Bone Meal has been out a short while. What's the response been like so far from your fans and even the media?
Well, we're discovering that we might actually have fans. People are kind of digging the album so far, and most of the press so far has been positive. You got a couple of people, you know, they say what they like to say. Everyone's got opinions, and of course, we're open to everyone's beautiful opinions. But it's been mostly positive. We're happy.
We were confident in the album, and we thought we were putting out something quality. But there's a lot of people who are seeing things the way we see it in that way. So we appreciate that support, man. Sometimes you put out an album, you're not sure if people are going to get what you're doing, and for some reason, people are really getting what we're doing. So it's awesome.
Excellent. I love the video for, make sure I get this right, Pyramid Shaped Plow is captivating. I love that. So how about doing a full sort of film for the whole album?
That's actually a cool idea. Speaking of the video, one of our friends, this gentleman named Craig Rossi from a band Drift Into Black, a former bandmate of mine, he's the one that puts these videos together for us. And he just kind of does this on the side, and he's developed a nice skill. And he's pretty fucked up in the head sometimes, so he can come up with cool shit. I guess he's on there with us. He's doing some crazy shit. So we're gonna I just asked him yesterday because when the vinyl comes out in November, we're gonna like to have another video ready for that release there, and so he's gonna do another one. So, what song that is for us to know and for everyone else to find out in November.
Oh yeah, the album, even the album artwork, that's amazing. So you're going to be doing it on vinyl as well, so that's even better.
Right.
You have that framed at home, the album cover.
Yeah, it's gonna be. If you see behind me, there's a 7-inch. It's a little dark in here, but there's a 7-inch of one of my other band's releases, and but that album cover that we have, really nice. Jan Charlatan. I can't really pronounce Jan Charlatan. He's awesome. He's on our Instagram. You can follow him. You can find him and follow him there. He's a great watercolor artist that Will discovered. And we bought that painting. We bought that painting from him, and it's gonna look nice on some merch too.
Brilliant. So, what are your plans, tour and festival wise? And would you like to try and get over the pond?
Oh,
of course, without question. We're kind of like on this slow build right now in terms of playing live. We just announced a local show here on Long Island in support of this new album. That's going to be September the 3rd. It's a matinee show at 1 p.m. At Amityville Music Hall. And then we're not announcing anything yet, but we were definitely making some plans to go out of state and go around the United States a little bit more in I'll just say this fall and winter, and hopefully build from there, man. It would be great to play your regional metal fests and to come over there to the United Kingdom and to Greater Europe and anywhere else, man. Of course, the thing about this band that it also plays into a little bit about your last question, the music video. Whose dog? Who brought the dog?
Man, let me see.
like in Ghostbusters. Who brought the dog?
Sorry about that. Try to mute. This is a new mic, and I don't understand why it's not muting.
I didn't think your dog was that big, Rick.
It's a big dog. Great Pyrenees.
Well, I would just say, but yeah, in terms of the video and in terms of us playing live, the whole band is spread out across New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. So it's just a little bit tougher to get the logistics sometimes, Plus, some guys have young families. We're talking to some close friends who might fill in on an instrument for a show here or there if need be. So we're trying to fine tune everything to get out there, definitely, especially now that we see the support the album's getting, man. People are really endearing us to want to come play in their area. So I appreciate it.
Have you been getting a lot of feedback from Europe then? I mean, Belgium, Sweden, that sort of area.
I've noticed from all over the place. In Japan, also a lot of Japanese tweets and things of that nature. It's pretty crazy, man. So, but yeah, I it's been a personal goal of mine to perform in the UK and overseas. One of these years. Been doing it a long time. Hopefully one of these days will be great, man. I'm going there next year to actually see Camel perform. Right. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm going to by myself. I'm going there, flying there. I'm going to see them coming back. I got front row. Yeah, it's going to be the best.
That sounds amazing, dude. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, then. So when you go out on tour, if you could share the stage with 3 bands that are alive, who would you have with you as your bucket list?
Wow. Rick, you want to go first? Do you want me to spit off a hot 3 off the top of my head?
My Dying Bride.
Nice.
Well, we're talking about this band. I'm sorry. We're talking about this band. I thought we were
talking about Reeking Aura.
I thought we were talking about our own personal guys here. So Reeking Aura. Oh, that's different. That's a different thing. My Suffocation would be one.
Wow.
From Long Island, local flair. Legends of the area. Will, you could take one here while I think of another one.
I got my list right here. I like to do things right off my gut instincts. And my gut instincts, I said Reeking Aura. What bands would we be like the Sick Package tour? In no particular order. The booking agent could figure out the order. I'm not going to get involved in that. But Bloodbath, Deceased, Autopsy.
Wow.
Bloodbath, Deceased, Autopsy. Yeah, and it's a wrap every night.
Yeah. Sign me up.
Yeah.
We'll open, of course. I mean, Jesus.
Obviously.
We'll set up their equipment. How about that?
Obviously, we'll open. Yeah, I'm not even sure what order you go after that.
That sounds amazing, dudes. All right. So what's the best concert you've ever been to?
Wow.
Best concert I've ever been to was the first concert I ever drove to after I got my driver's license. It was September 1993. Merciful Fate headlined on In the Shadows tour, and opening was Anacrusis right before they broke up, right after Screams and Whispers came out, and Cathedral went on after them. Cathedral on the Ethereal Mirror tour, and then also after Cathedral was Flotsam and Jetsam. So and I was 17. I just turned 17. I got there, got my car, and it was the shit, man. It was like, holy shit, yeah. So that was the best show I've ever been to this day.
I cannot beat that. Rick is the master of concert stories and all that stuff. Rick took full advantage of growing up in New York City in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of stories. Yeah. If I had to pick one concert, like the thing that always jumps off the top of my head, the most fun I ever had probably was Maryland Death Fest 2004. I think it was Maryland Death Fest 2004. I remember seeing Macabre and this huge circle pit that went. So I would say Maryland Death Fest 2004, and if I had to pick a set, it would have been Macabre. So that's my little personal answer.
Absolutely fantastic, man. Okay, so what about your other bands then? What are your plans with them at the moment? Are they just all on hold?
No, we're all pretty active in our other projects as well. This is really our other bands. So it's how it started. So my other band is called Gray Skies Fallen. It's like a doom metal kind of stuff, and we're recording a record now. And we're getting that ready to shop around, see how that goes. It'll be our 6th album or 7th. I don't remember. We've been around for quite a while. We've got a few releases out and stuff. So that's what we're doing. And another project I have is with our bass player, Tom Anderer. It's called Brave the Waters. It's very atmospheric, just instrumental kind of dreamy stuff, atmospheric material. And we're going to get ready to hopefully record later in the year with that as well.
Excellent.
And the breakdown on my bands would be Afterbirth from Long Island. We're writing our album that's going to be out on Willow Tip Records hopefully next year. Exsanguinated, which is also with the drummer Sam Sharrock of Reeking Aura, and some other local musicians. That's more of a doom death metal band as well, in a different flavor. We are writing some material and recording material and planning some shows. Exsanguinated from Long Island, and including Rick, 4 of us in Reeking Aura are also in the grindcore band Buckshot Facelift, which is on kind of hiatus for a while. So Reeking Aura is occupying us for that time, and I think that's about it. I also have Heavy Hole Podcast if anybody wants to hear me interview death metal bands and things like that.
If you were a musical instrument, what would you be?
What's that? Don't say what?
Don't say flute.
Okay, no. Even though I like Camel and they use the flute in there, but I wouldn't use a flute in my band, really. I would be a guitar because it's the most awesome instrument to play, especially in metal. So that's that.
The first thing that popped into my head was drum, like a drum kit, maybe like a floor tom. There's an anatomical resemblance going on, and I would have to make some sort of like bellowing low end sound, I think. So I could take a beating. I could kind of I would take pride in getting through the night, getting beat on, but still doing it. Yeah. So I would be a floor tom from a drum kit.
Love it. It's simple.
Right then, the next one then. If any of the songs from your album could appear on a soundtrack or a movie to whatever TV series, which one would you choose and why?
Harvesting the Hatchet, just because of the way it starts. If you hit play on that song, it just sounds like coming out of the gate, like I don't know how to describe it, like instant action. You know what I mean? So I picture, if you say that, like an action scene or something where you hit play and that song just starts and some jerk offs are running after each other or some shit like that, and that's shooting each other. That's it.
I would concur with Rick. I'm getting a little feedback from somebody. Is it? I don't know. But I would concur with Rick about that. I think like the harvesting the hatchet definitely sounds like the beginning of like maybe like The Howling or Children of the Corn or some sort of classic old school horror movie, you know?
Okay, so Net, you've been in bands for a while then. What's the most outrageous thing you've ever done in the name of metal?
In general, in metal?
Yeah, the most outrageous thing.
The most outrageous thing. I mean, when I was younger and I used to perform in older bands I was in, we used to get drunk before our sets and be real sloppy. I mean, outrageous. I was never one for truly outrageous stunts like other people we know, Rick.
Yeah, like our drummer
you know.
in Buckshot Facelift, he's also in Grace Guys Fallen, and he's at one time during a drum fill vomited all over the place. Like during the drum fill, he's vomiting as he's playing the drum fill all over the place. So I mean, that's pretty disgusting. I mean, and then there was another time we're filming a video for Buckshot Facelift in the Comiskey Park bar, and he vomits on the floor right next to my foot where I'm standing. This is a small, as you know, this is a pub, right? So it's a small, tightly packed with a pool table. No,
Yeah.
They moved the pool, and maybe they didn't move the pool table. I don't fucking remember. But there was people there, and there's puke, and there's nowhere for me to go. So that's outrageous, and that's Sal. That's our drummer, Sal.
Yeah, I that's the thing compared to him. And I know somebody who's literally gotten naked on stage. I'm pretty tame compared to some of my friends here in New York. You know what I mean? I just kind of every once in a while, you know, back in my 20s, long before COVID and all that sort of thing, when I was much younger, I would take a sip of water or take a sip of beer and spit it up in the air like Pantera or Iron Maiden or somebody. Because that's what you do when you have a big ego, even though you're playing for 15 people in a nightclub somewhere on a Monday night. And that I think was probably pretty. Looking back, that was pretty arrogant and disgusting to do. But yeah, I don't have much in the way of outrageousness.
Okay then. So can you tell me why we should check out Reeking Aura?
Well,
Can you repeat that? The train and my dog barking at the same time. It's like we're in the middle of the 1860s or something.
That was so cool.
Rick's dog is barking at my train, and we're in different states.
That was so cool.
All right. Why somebody should listen to Reeking Aura, because it's not a super group, but it is a collective of musicians with a history and a legacy that we've invested a lot of time and energy into. And even if you don't like it, you can know that we've invested our blood, sweat, and tears into this, and we are all in this band death metal and extreme metal lifers who take this very seriously, man. This is a reflection of us and our art, 100%. No trends, no anything about it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and also if you want to get your teeth kicked in too and listen to our album, it'll do that as well.
I've survived 50 years with my teeth, eh? Yeah. Okay, so what was the last song you listened to? What was the last song you listened to?
The last song I listened to was actually it was track 2 from this album. I guess it's the title track to this album, The Great Below, by a band called Kaven, Kvaen. They're on Black Lion Records. It's like melodic black metal. That was the last song that I heard. It's pretty good.
The last song that I heard, that's kind of tough. I just bought a record, Hobbs Angel of Death.
Oh yeah.
I think Australia, if I'm not mistaken.
I might be. Okay.
But it would be the last song on the last album that he recorded before Hobbs passed away, R.I.P. And their 2016 album I just purchased, and there's like a bonus 7-inch that comes with it. So I guess side B of that 7-inch would be the last song. Unfortunately, I can't recall the name off the top of my head because I just started listening to that album this morning. But phenomenal, Hobbs Angel of Death. If you're into stuff like Hell Witch or Annihilator or any of those like really technical thrash metal bands that are kind of proto death metal, 100% recommended.
Brilliant. Right, so now it's just 5 questions, either or either, yeah? So the first one is vinyl or digital?
Both. Is it? I mean, I like them both, but if I have to choose, I'll choose vinyl. I'll choose vinyl just because I like to collect it.
Wrong, Rick. Vinyl.
Absolutely, every day. Festival or small intimate gig?
We're over. Well, I'll speak for myself. I'm over 40 now. Small intimate gig.
Yeah, I agree. Although, you know, I wouldn't mind playing a couple nice, huge festivals. So
Yeah.
Either.
Performing at the festival, yes. Attending
Going
the festival,
to a small intimate gig.
I might need a nap and a shower if I went to a festival.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Okay, pizza or beer?
Pizza.
Beer, because you could always get some other type of food. I mean, you're gonna miss pizza, but yeah.
Cannibal Corpse or Carcass?
Carcass.
Nothing personal, but I'm gonna have to go Cannibal Corpse. Sorry.
I know the mellow death Carcass turns a lot of people off. So you know, I also like Swan Song. So what are you gonna do? You know, I mean, it's obviously not the same as Reeking Putrefaction, but you know, it's still what it is. You know, give me Carcass.
Brilliant, man. Right, last one. Joe Biden or Kermit the Frog?
Oh man. Well,
I'm gonna go Kermit the Frog right off the bat, man, because I'm sick of all these real life politicians, man. I'm not gonna get political, but yeah, I'll take Kermit or any Muppet right off the bat, man. That sounds fun to me. It sounds like a nice, pleasant switch from anything.
We don't usually get political around here, but I mean, this current state of things. I mean, it's Kermit the Frog.
Absolutely, 100%. All right, final words for your fans, our viewers, and listeners.
Fuck the world. Support underground death metal worldwide.
Brilliant. Yeah. Listen to all our bands. That's it.